Alright, YouTube, David Harry here. Now this video is a bit of an odd one. It is basically a video response, like a one-to-one thing between me and one of my YouTube buddies who is John, Lensman Online, who also goes by Gillan-01 Gaming for his game stuff on YouTube. So what I'm going to do in this video is talk to John, because what it was, I've been doing this thing talking to John about a couple of things, and I just found it easier to do videos to like talk about certain stuff. So this is basically a response to one of John's comments for one of his videos. However, I think that the subject matter is quite interesting, and hopefully other people out there who are into gaming, specifically Call of Duty, and who understand the intricacies of the various platforms that you can play this game on, it might be interesting for them. This video, it's just a bit me just basically rattling a few things off, just doing my usual thing and just talking. However, I would also love any input here as well, or more to the point, advice on the way to move forward with this. So anyways, the bottom line here is I've just been watching some of John's gameplay in Call of Duty, and I believe John's on the PlayStation 4. And what it is, I'm about to just now talk to John and in reference to this thing, and also ask for advice. So John, right, that gameplay you were showing me before, as you know, I love Call of Duty, but I play on Android, or basically Call of Duty Mobile. I used to play it on Android. Now, because I'm turning into a big mad Apple fanboy, I'm playing it more on the iPad these days. That's basically because the iPad has definitely got better graphics than Android. Although that said, Android can play 16:9, because as you know, I play with the controller. Oh, that's another thing as well for other people who might be watching this. Although I play mobile, I'm just shit at playing touch. I just can't play touch at all. So I have to use a controller, because I'm just an old codger who started playing video games in, like, I don't know, might even have been in the late 70s. Anyway, so I plug me stuff into a monitor, so whether that's Android or like iOS, doesn't matter, it all goes into a monitor and plays with the controller. Yeah, so anyway, John, as you know anyway, because you've seen some of my videos, I'm dead into it, and I'm probably just as good on Android as I am with iOS, although with Android you get the advantage of getting that like wider like field of view, as it were. You actually don't see any more difference in the horizontal field of view between iOS and Android, but because Android fills the entire 16:9 screen, it feels like a more immersive gameplay, as opposed to having like the restricted, like, you know, 3:2:4:3 aspect ratio that pops into the middle of a 16:9 screen when you play off an Apple device. Anyways, so the thing is, here's my problem, John. I mean, I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but I'm actually quite good at Call of Duty Mobile, playing with the controller and all the rest of it. And for anybody else who might be listening here, the thing with Call of Duty Mobile, when you play with a controller, you're not playing against other people who are playing by touch. So before anyone sits there and goes, "Come on, Dave, you big mad person, of course you're really good at it with mobile, playing with a controller, because you're playing against people who are on touch. It's an unfair game." That actually isn't the case with Call of Duty Mobile. You do actually get like paired up or matched up with other controller people, because there's certain things you can't play on it, and you can't play with certain people because if they're not on controller, you can't join the game with them and stuff like that. So it's a fair game, do you know what I mean? So before anyone's thinking like, yeah, of course I'm better on that because I'm playing against people who are at a disadvantage, it's not that. So anyway, yeah, John, so the thing is, I'm used to playing with controller and stuff. However, I've been playing on my Xbox, right, and I play like the quad game, which is basically Alcatraz, and I tell you, mate, I am absolutely shit. I just can't get anywhere in the game. Now, I don't know if that's because I'm playing against people who are on keyboard mouse, because then they have another advantage over people who play with controllers, or if it literally is because I'm just shit at it. I don't know. I can't really work this one out. So here's my dilemma then, John. I love the mobile version. Although saying that, the Battle Royale version is not so good. It's quite jerky and it's a bit stinted and stuff. It's not a fluid game. Like, you know, your 4v4 and stuff like that, they're all good, do you know what I mean? But the Battle Royale mode, it's alright, but it's not a great gaming experience, to be honest. However, like I say, I've been trying to play it on the Xbox, and the thing with the Xbox, mate, honestly, the graphics are insane. And even the Series S, the Xbox Series S graphics are brilliant, right? But when you watch it on like the X, on like in 4K and stuff, seriously, it looks amazing. Thing is, I play this game right on Xbox, and I will play it for hours and I am totally shit at it, right? So you're guaranteed that when I get, you know, whatever team I get paired with, if people knew how bad I was, they wouldn't want me on the team, do you know what I mean? That's how bad I am. But it's one of those games, I just love it. I think the graphics are amazing. Even on the mobile versions, the graphics are awesome. But on the likes of the Xbox, mate, it's just another level. The graphics are insane. But I just love the game, love the gameplay, I love the dynamics to it. I know there's a lot of things that are a bit weird about it. Certain things have gotten broken over time or whatever. And I know that there's people out there who like to have a good bitch and moan about, you know, the way COD has turned into something different than what it used to be. And it's all about basically, you know, ripping people for money now. And, you know, I don't know, the equivalent of like, you know, loot boxing and stuff and whatever. Anyways, all that aside, I just think it's a fantastic game. I love it. I love the graphics, I love the gameplay, even when it's on a platform that I'm terrible at it with. Anyway, so this leads me on to the thing then, John. What it is, obviously I stopped using the PlayStation a while back, and then I went into the Xbox and stuff because I wanted to go next gen with the PS5. However, the PS5, it's still insane to try and get hold of one. But I have to say though, John, although I've been a PlayStation user since the PlayStation 1, and although I've never owned an Xbox, I've never had anything. I'm not one of these, you know, like, oh, Xbox is better than PlayStation or vice versa. I've got no time for any of that bollocks because, like, they're both brilliant platforms, right? Undoubtedly, up until now, PlayStation's definitely the one that's been the bigger one. Not necessarily best, because I would say the best platform is the one that you've got to hand. And if you're, so as for instance, if you're a mobile player, then Xbox and PlayStation don't mean shit to you, do you know what I mean? And vice versa, you know, if you're a console player, then PC doesn't mean fuck all to you. Oh, just swore. PC doesn't mean shit to you. And vice versa, you know what I'm getting at with this, do you know what I mean? So for me, personally, the best platform is the one that suits the game that you want to play, do you know what I mean? So if you want to play Zelda or whatever, presumably on Switch and stuff, if that's your thing, then that's your platform of choice. It really is that easy. The problem that I've got, right, is because I so love playing Call of Duty. And what it was, because you were playing that Shipment game. Now, when I first played Shipment, I was like, what's this all about? It's just, at first I thought, this game's cranky. And then you've got the cranked version. What's that all about? As it happens, though, John, I've started getting right into it. I love it when it comes up. I go for the random map selection, like, just to be kind of, like, surprised at what comes up. And then when it comes up with Shipment cranked, I'm like, yes! You know what I mean? And I used to hate it. I just used to think this is just like, for like, you know, kids, you know, like 5-year-olds running around mental and just shooting each other. But I don't know, it's good for 55 or 54-year-olds as well. So yeah, it's really good. I've fallen in love with some of these levels. Hence, let me get to the point that I'm trying to make here. I am meandering. So, I've still got the PS4, right? I stopped using it. The Xbox, I love it, and I've got no intention now of buying a PS5. Nothing to do with like, oh, which is better. But once you've used Xbox, for instance, and you've kind of like invested into the Game Pass, especially Ultimate, honestly, I think at that level, if you're a casual player like me, then at that point it's like it's the perfect platform, honestly. And then obviously with Ultimate, if you've got a PC, you can load games on the PC as well, and you can do. I can play the games on both of these as well. I can play Xbox games on my MacBook here and also my iPad doing the what's the name, you know, the cloud variant of it and stuff like that. It's not particularly that good at the moment, you know what I mean? It still needs optimized and stuff, but you can literally get at all these things on like a multitude of bits of hardware, whether that be like computers, tablets, pads, phones and stuff like that. So the whole Xbox thing, I'm totally sold into it now. That's it, bottom line. I doubt I will go back to PlayStation only because of value for money now. It's got nothing to do with technically which one is better. Again, it's not an argument to care for because both of them are fantastic platforms, but there is no doubt Xbox is just an unbelievably much more better value for money proposition if you are a casual gamer and stuff like that and you get into the Game Pass. So bear all that in mind. I will get to my point now. So I've still got my PS4, right? Now I'm not entirely sure. I'm really good at COD on mobile with the controller, all that stuff, as I've said. I'm wondering if that would translate if I start playing it on PS4. But from what I understand, the only way that I'm going to know this is to buy it, and then I think I've also then got to do the 12-month subscription, I think, then, haven't I, for the PS thing as well, in order to play online with it. Now, I know these aren't terribly, like, huge amounts of money, but what I don't want to do is kind of get into it and then go, oh, I'm just as shit on that as I am on Xbox. So do you know what I'm getting at? I don't know how much it would cost to buy the game and then obviously to go back into paying for the online service. I can't remember what it's called now for the PlayStation. But I don't really want to do it and then just to find out that I'm just as crap with that as I am with Xbox. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be sitting there going, I should have just stuck to mobile for these things. It's just the dilemma that I've got is when I watch your gameplay, I'm just sitting there thinking, I so want to play that. Every time I watch any of your games, right, I'm like, oh, where's my controller? I want to play with John on that. I want to go and kill all these fuckers. Oh, I've just sworn again. Right, I really am like a kid with it, John. So the thing is, I don't know if you can answer me this question to do with, like, you know, easy use compatibility, or are you still paired up against people who are using like keyboard and mice and stuff like that? I don't know what the dynamics are, so I'm kind of throwing this out there, whether you can answer me or whether other people can answer me and stuff like that anyway. But yeah, so the bottom line is, John, it was great gameplay on that stuff that I watched of yours before, and I'm seriously considering that I would resurrect my PS4, even if it were just for the one game. If I could get as much enjoyment out of that as I do on mobile, if I could be as good with it with the controller and stuff, I'd defo get into it. Yeah, so anyway, John, or anybody else who may have watched this video, if you let us know in the comment section, you know, am I barking up the wrong tree here? Is it really a case of maybe I'm just not a good enough player to play on these other platforms? That might be the bottom line here. Or are there other things that I need to consider if I want to start playing it on other platforms, such as the PS4? Anyways, I think that'll probably do it for this video, because I was going to say my coffee's getting cold. It's not coffee, it's tea. Anyway, if anyone's watched this video outside of John, thank you very much. Oh, and thank you as well, John. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.